Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about animations in PowerPoint. Everyone knows how to make interesting slides, but how do you make the presentation as a whole more engaging? Animations are an amazing way to bring movement into your slides, but if you're not careful, they can be more distracting than anything else. Before we get into that, what are animations? Animations are visual effects that make your text, images, charts, etc. come alive on screen. There are two different types of animations to use in PowerPoint: transition animations and object animations. Transition animations happen in between slides. Instead of simply moving from one slide to the next, you can add an animation in between slides. Some examples are cut, fade, push, wipe, and split. You'll notice that there is a wide array of options, but you will want to stick to the simple cuts, fades, pushes, and wipes. Otherwise, you risk distracting your audience with unnecessary and more time-consuming transitions. Object animations bring the elements within a slide to life. You can animate text, images, graphs, charts, you name it. If you want bullet point information to come into view one point at a time, your chart to slide in from off-screen, or your image to fade in, this is how you do it. Now, let's talk about how to implement these into your presentation. Once you've finished making your slides, click on a slide you would like to add a transition animation to. Next, click on Transitions in the bar at the options at the top of your screen. You'll immediately be presented with options. We'll click the Fade button, and then the transition will automatically be applied to the slide. You'll notice a little star underneath the slide number on the left, indicating that this slide has a transition applied to it. Repeat this process for each slide you would like to add a transition animation to. For object animations, let's take a look at this slide. You'll see that each box of text fades in one at a time. Instead of presenting all of the information at once, the audience is allowed time to digest each new piece of information, making it easy to not feel overwhelmed. To achieve this in your PowerPoint, you'll want to make sure you use separate text boxes for each block of text you want to fade in. Once you've got your text boxes, simply click on one, then click on the animation you would like to use. In this case, we will stick with fade. The order in which you apply the animations will determine the order that they fade in. If you have already applied animations to every object on the slide and would like to change the order, you can click on Animation pane in the top right, which opens up a column on the right side of your screen. Here, you can drag and reorder the sequence of your animations. Now that you know how to use both types of animations, one final tip from me would be to use object animations sparingly. These can be useful in making your presentation more dynamic and engaging, but too many will make them distracting. The goal is not to take the focus away from what you're saying, but rather emphasize certain points or help a heavy intake of information become more accessible. The best thing you can do is experiment with these. Try adding an animation to something, then preview the slide and try to put yourself in the audience. Did your animation feel natural, or were you more focused on the animation rather than the information being presented? Trial and error is your friend here, but I guarantee that when you master this, your PowerPoints will become much more engaging. With that, thank you so much for watching, and as always, this has been Riders on the Storm.